3 steps forward in business and then you take 2 steps back? Do you feel like every time you start to make progress that a challenge appears and that sometimes it becomes so overwhelming that you just become paralyzed? Have you ever felt like fear is just overcoming you and you are unable to process the emotions and the feelings that are going on within you? I'm here today to talk to you all. This is my second time recording this because I was having so many challenges getting my words out. But I'm here today to challenge your thinking. Those of you all who are looking for a faith-based approach in this, I need you all to hear this because this is for you. Challenges are going to come. We have never been promised that we will not face challenges. And those challenges sometimes, especially when your faith is being exercised, will feel overwhelming and feel overbearing. But our responsibility as kingdom ministries is to give it over to the Most High. How do you do that? You know, it's simple for me to say. Believe me, I go through it myself. And for those of you all who don't know me, I'm Coach 𝗙𝗲𝗓𝗏 McGee. I help non-emergency medical transportation providers start and grow their transportation business in just 90 days. Recently, I have experienced 3 of my students who had life-changing challenges present to them. And for various reasons, and believe me, they were all logical, they had to stop their program. Not that they're quitting, just that they had to stop so that they could reset. And I am all for that because sometimes we do need to have a reset. But I'm coming here today because I'm heavy. I'm extremely heavy and I feel burdened, and I feel that there is a message that someone out here needs to hear. And I love the Most High, and I want Him to use me to help you to get through whatever it is that you are going through. I had a conversation with my husband about this before I came on to just get out some of my feelings and to express to him how I know that in business there's going to be challenges. And even in my business right now, there's challenges. But how do I talk to my community and tell them how to deal with challenges from a faith-based approach? So I began to use the analogy of a popular video game back in the 90s. You know, my family, me and my cousin and my brother, we used to all sit around the TV with the game system, and we would start at level 1. And we would play, and you know, at level 1, you would have a little box, and you would hit your head up on it, and you would get some coins, and then you would have to learn how to jump over the cliff to get to the other side, and there were little turtles and things that you had to stop on and get them out of the way. And after you faced each and every last one of those challenges, which when you're a new gamer, level 1 can seem very, very difficult to navigate. But at the end, there's always a dragon to slay. So I hope y'all catching that, there's always a dragon to slay. And sometimes, in order to overcome a level, you have to die. You die 3 times and game is over. But because you know that you're on that second life, or that you have that's that second time around, you play the game more strategically. You hear what I'm saying? So you then learn how to maneuver during that game. Now, if you have someone, hey Juan, if you have someone who knew how to play that game, right, during that time, you knew somebody that would say, okay, jump, get past it. Okay, wait a minute, here's a cliff coming up. Jump to the other side. Or they would tell you, hey, you got to get more power. You got to get more power-ups on this level. Or, oh, collect the red carpet, or collect the mushrooms, or whatever it was that helped you to get powered up for that level. But in all those levels, there was a sacrifice in order to you to get to the next level. The whole time that you're getting to the next level, you know that the game, you're supposed to be getting the princess. That's the outcome. That's what you want. And in business and in life, it's the same way. Literally in life, it's the same way. There's nothing that comes without sacrifice. Nothing. When you are coming from poverty, you have to sacrifice your time for education. You have to sacrifice going out with friends for studying. You have to sacrifice your family sometimes in order to get to clinicals, in order to get to the test dates, or just to get around. There's always a sacrifice in getting to the next level. Now, once you leave that poverty level, you can choose to stay there, or you can and just ride out the course. That is a choice that we have, that the Most High has given to us. But most of us that are in this community, we come back and we say, no, I want to build a business. I want to create a legacy. I want to do something bigger. I want to save the princess. So now you've gone to the next level. And in that level, there are more challenges. Things are coming at you quicker. You know, you get the little snakes coming at you, and they're coming at you faster. You get the mushrooms. If you choose the wrong one, something bad may happen, and you could shrink you instead of making you bigger. You know, you have more challenges that you face when your dreams are bigger. That is life. But what Yahshua wants us to remember is that when you face those challenges, all we have to do is to put our armor on and stand. We don't have to fight amongst the enemy. We don't have to give up our energy. We don't have to try to fix problems. We know that our goal, our end game, is to get the princess, is to build that business. We rely on him for the how and the when. However, there is a sacrifice. There's always going to be a sacrifice. Yahshua HaMashiach himself sacrificed on multiple occasions. There are examples of him sacrificing of himself to get to a higher level. Joseph and Mary, they sacrificed their family to escape and to save their son and get into Egypt. You know, Yahshua sacrificed food. And he sacrificed the things that the enemy brought before him, saying, hey, you can have access to this, and I'll give you this. And he sacrificed that because he knew at the end he was a king. He's already a king. So his sacrifice was willingly given. And that is the same thing for us. We have to understand, when building a business and when we are faced with challenges, the snakes, the dragons, the challenges, they're going to come. They are going to come because you have a vision. You have a ministry. You have a kingdom ministry that has been given to you in your heart. You serve the Most High. He's never said it was going to be easy. Matter of fact, he said that the road is spacious and wide, leads to destruction, where the one that is narrow and cramped and few are on lead to everlasting life. And that is the same. When you are starting a business and you are establishing your authority in a business industry, it comes with a sacrifice. It comes with needing to develop your skills, to ask for help, to have a full understanding of what you are getting into, and to understand sometimes that you do have to pull back. Sometimes you're not able to slay that dragon by yourself. You got to have someone else to be praying with you. You got to partner up. That is life. That is business. And again, I want you all to understand that if you are building a kingdom ministry, you are going to face challenges. It is what it is. If you have the faith that he will bring you through and that he is going to provide everything you need while you're doing it, and he's going to help you to make the best decisions, and you listen and pay attention. The scripture says, pay attention, stay alert, stay awake, stay sober-minded. When we do those things, that we will reap the reward. It is what it is. So once again, I'm here because my heart is heavy. I know that the reason why the individuals who had to pause on their program, it's valid reasons, valid, and life happens. But I want you all to know that sometimes we face challenges, and we have to be aware enough to know whether or not these challenges are something that is just fear-based, or if the challenges are coming to say, hey, slow down, stop. Let's revise. Let's look at these. Again. Let's look at the outcome. So that's really all I have to talk about today. I needed to get this message out. I don't know who it's for. And I hope you all have a blessed week this week. And I look forward to speaking with you next week on Mindset Monday. Hopefully we have a little bit of a better topic. But again, I know this is for somebody. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Ooh.